So I want to talk about our brains for a second and what we notice and how this impacts our mental health, but I'm going to start with forerunners, so stay with me. Before I moved back out east, I was driving a Volvo wagon from 2001 and the shocks were not going to take back roads very well, so I needed to switch my car. So I talked to a mechanic who I trusted deeply and I said, I want 5 seatbelts and I want towing capacity. And he said, okay, you want a forerunner. And I had no idea what a forerunner was. I couldn't picture it in my brain. So he pulled up a picture on his computer and he showed me what they looked like. And every day after that, I noticed forerunners everywhere I went. But I couldn't have told you that I had ever seen a forerunner before. Were they there? Of course they were. I just didn't notice them because my brain didn't know to look for them. So this is a perfect example of how our brains work. When we attune, from a mental health perspective, when we attune to only the things that we're messing up, to only the things that we want to change, only the less than things about us, then we view ourselves only through that lens. We don't see the good things. We're not in the habit of seeing the good things. Are the good things there? They are. We just don't know how to recognize them. We don't know how to acknowledge ourselves for them. So I want to offer a little shift. Create a list. It could be on your phone. It could be on a rando sheet of paper that you keep in your wallet. It could be in a journal. But start a list and have it just be an acknowledgement list. And every single day at the same part of your routine, it could be in the morning. It could be when you're getting in your car after work. It could be before you go to bed. But choose a part of your daily routine and make this part of it so you do it every day. Return to that list and go, what can I acknowledge myself for today? Especially if you're someone who thinks that you're worthless, that you don't deserve to be forgiven, that you don't know why other people would want to be in relationship with you or be your friend. If you can't name anything solid about yourself that you appreciate, admire, find worth in, then this is a really important exercise for you. No one is all bad. If you're being hard on yourself, what it actually means is that you have the desire to be loved, to love, to connect with other people. People who don't have the desire to connect, the desire to have loving, close relationships, they don't beat up on themselves. And so do we want to beat up on ourselves? No, we want to change that. But at least look underneath that you being hard on yourself for the beauty of your human, which is you want more for yourself. And what a beautiful thing. So can you acknowledge that? So every day on this sheet of paper, you go, okay, I acknowledge you, human, for showing up for that conversation that was really difficult, that you didn't want to have, but you had the courage to show up for it anyway. Didn't go the way you wanted it to. You still said the thing that made the other person blow up, but you know what? I acknowledge you for sticking in there, for trying. I acknowledge you for having the courage to say the uncomfortable thing. I acknowledge you for coming and trying to look for things to acknowledge about yourself. I acknowledge that you leaned in to a new goal for yourself that you've never made progress on before. It's looking for the ways that your human is showing up with good intentions, with an open heart, with just the purity of wanting more connection, to grow, to be with people in a new way, to try new things. It's the ways in which you're baby stepping toward the human that you want to be. If you can go to that list every single day and add one thing to it, you're going to notice over time that you are going to start looking for the ways that you deserve to be acknowledged during your day. And it's going to start to balance the scales. You're going to notice that you feel differently about yourself. And if you pair this with a little mirror work where you literally look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror for 10 seconds every day and go, Claire, I don't really love you yet, but I'm open to loving you. I'm open to viewing you with less judgment. I'm open to noticing where you are worthy of love and belonging. It's going to change things for you. The only reason that we beat up on ourselves is because we pay attention to only the bad things. You are not all bad. No one is. If you're not a sociopath, if you are a normal human being who values love and connection, you are not all bad. There are things that you can appreciate, so start looking out for them.